Let's see here. All right, guys, and welcome. We are now live, Chris. Welcome to another fantastic episode of This Week in Reselling. I am your host, Ray, and I am joined by my guest, Chris, aka Thrift Beast CQ. How are you, Chris?
Listen, Ray, I I got a bone to pick right now. I'm just gonna say it straight out. Today I had a dinner of wings with the flavor Nashville hot chicken, and I gotta say it was not that spicy as I thought it would be, and I was expecting
Chris,
more
listen
heat.
here. Listen here, Chris.
All
Where
right,
was
sorry.
this? Where was this chicken? Where was this chicken that you ate? What was the
All right,
restaurant?
okay, so
Was it
it's
chicken
a
wings? Was it
yes.
chicken in the
It was.
bone? Was it tenders? Like, what's going on here?
It was chicken wings, but I got
Okay.
it at a local chain here. It's a they're known to have several franchises here called St. Louis Wings. Uh, but yeah, one of their new flavors was the Nashville hot chicken wings, and I
So
decided to
describe
give them a go.
describe this flavor to me, Chris, because I
Okay,
got to make
all
sure
right,
that this is the correct flavor here.
all right. So okay, so it's got a lot of tang to it. So that
Tang.
tang, yes.
Okay, interesting. What is tang flavor? What is that like? What is that?
So tang was like a more of like a citrusy type of tang, and it also
Interesting.
had
Okay.
it had some heat, but not to the point where I'm like, okay, I need some like water or something. But I don't know, man. Like maybe it was just that chain because there are other places that have that flavor, and maybe they just didn't make it right. But I don't
Okay.
know. I
Have
didn't
you
wasn't
had
feeling
any
it though.
other hot Nashville hot chicken flavor or anything before?
Not yet. No.
Not yet. So this was your first ever experiencing Nashville hot chicken was on chicken
Yes.
wings.
Correct. Yes, I know it was the
Okay.
wrong thing
Okay,
to
that's
do, but
interesting. Now let me tell you what Nashville hot chicken is supposed to taste like.
okay. All right.
All right? Let me tell you what it's supposed to taste like. So, the hotter that you get, the more dangerous it gets, okay? For
All
instance,
right.
one of my favorite places to get hot chicken here is called Hattie B's. They're starting to break out and go into different states, of course. And
Yeah.
their hottest flavor is called Shut the Cluck Up. Okay, you have to sign a waiver before you
Really?
eat any of these chicken tenders, chicken on the bone kind of thing. It's extremely hot. So, and then the actual like hot chicken flavor, there's a lot of cayenne. It's a lot of dry spice on it. It's
Right.
not necessarily like wet, like let's say like a buffalo sauce. It's more like a dry heat, and then
Right.
they marinate it the day before they fry it, so it's like in the bone, in the meat of the chicken.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, it wasn't actually that wet, like you mentioned. It had kind of like a shiny coat to it, but it wasn't at
Yeah.
all like really wet at all. So I don't know. Maybe it was just the
Like
place I
that,
went to.
of course. And another thing, a lot like Nashville hot chicken, they don't really do it with chicken wings. I don't know why, which it sounds like that's like a no-brainer, but it's usually on tenders or like chicken breasts, chicken thighs,
Hmm.
chicken legs, things like that. But and you can tell the stuff that's the hotter, the darker that it is. It's almost like a purple black color, you know?
Interesting.
Do you know let me tell you for the people, and I know I'm a foodie. I know that Chris also likes to eat as well.
Yeah. Big
We're
eater.
big boys, so we put a lot of work in our craft, right,
I
Chris?
love it on the seafood
So
diet.
exactly. So let me tell you the story behind the Nashville hot chicken. You ready for this?
I'm
Y'all
ready.
sit back. And we'll put up pictures of Nashville hot chicken on the screen so you guys can
Oh my
can
god,
can
that
see it.
looks
Like
glorious.
look at this. Look at this right here.
That was one thousand
That's
percent
hot.
not what
You
I
see the
looked like on
spice?
mine. Oh, that
Yeah,
looks so
this
good.
is what it is, man. Like you see the spice, like the dry rub that's on there.
Yes.
Did they put? And then you always eat it with the pickle. Because the pickle like cuts the the acidity of the pickle helps it with the spiciness. My mouth is really watering right now, Chris. I'm not gonna lie. But so story has it that and this is still a thing. This is still Prince's Hot Chicken is the originator of Nashville hot chicken, right? Prince's Hot Chicken is still a hot chicken place here. They're saying like the great aunt of the woman that owns Prince's, her husband was known to be a womanizer, per se. He came home late one day. She wanted to get back at him and made his dinner extra spicy. In this case, it was fried chicken night, extra spicy. He liked it, and then the chicken took off. So that's where Nashville hot chicken came from.
Interesting, very interesting.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, and it's a thing. And Prince's Hot Chicken. You could see celebrities like Jerry Seinfeld going in and out. Just different people. That when they come to Nashville, that's usually where they come. Is Prince's Hot Chicken, because that's the OG. That's what it's supposed to taste like. And of course, people have duplicated and replicated it, and gone from there. So. But this is a reselling podcast, Chris. But we like to talk. We do like to talk food.
I had to bring it up. Sorry.
No. I love it. But guys, Chris, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. Dustin could not be here today because he is on. He's on daddy duty today. Of course, you know how that is. Of course. And yes. So, but he is here with Spirit. And if he was here, this hot chicken conversation would go on. It would go on
another hour.
And dude, Hattie B's actually does a hot chicken turkey that you can order.
Ooh, that's interesting because they're not as turkey is very, very tough. So like I don't know how it's got to be amazing how they prepare that because it's tough to get it nice and moist, but also I don't know if they bread it or anything like that with turkey. Okay, sorry, I'm turning into a tangent here.
No, you know what? That's interesting. I know we actually ordered a smoked turkey for someone's playing Street Fighter.
Sorry, that was my phone. I apologize.
Did I hear the Street Fighter sound?
Yeah, the Capcom sound.
Is it the Street Fighter? It's the Street Fighter. Yeah, Capcom. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But we ordered a smoked turkey from a barbecue place here, so it was amazing. Turkey. Oh, dude, it was so good. It was so good. But let's say hi to some people in the chat right quick, Chris, because we have all of our favorites, of course.
Absolutely.
We have Shay the MD Picker is here to join us. Good to see you, Shay. We have Marie is here. What is that? Senor Cole says I'm here with the No Limit Soldiers logo on there. Let's go. Wow. Okay.
That's a throwback.
Right? That's a throwback. I'm liking that.
Oh,
and of course, we have our boy Speedy, a.k.a. Raymond. He's here. And Jennifer Hayes, the OG MVP of everyone's live stream.
Gotta love Jennifer.
She's here, of course. And we have Knucklehead Hustler. He says, what up? Just back from a Facebook pickup of Pokemon cards. $80 from 160, 200 of cards. Okay, interesting. Wow. Let us know a little bit more about that. Let's see here. This is like diners, drive-ins, and dives of the backstory of the dish. Exactly. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, this is about reselling. I'm out. Wait, we can talk more food. We just need to have a podcast of just food in general. But Chris, we haven't talked in a long time. So how are you doing?
I know, man. I know it's been a while. Man, it's been crazy. Like honestly, with work and like I'm still working full time, but at the same time, I am doing reselling still. But that hasn't changed. Just my way of how I'm doing reselling has changed in the sense that I'm picking up certain items now, as opposed to just picking up everything when I first started. But it's been definitely a lot more convenient now, just based on the area that I'm in and what I'm picking up. But yeah, it's been good though, man. It's been good. I mean, yeah, it's what is it? When was the last time we spoke? Honestly,
It's been a while. It's been a while.
yeah,
That's why I was
over a
like, I gotta
year.
have the beat. I gotta have the beast back on the channel. Like Cajun
What up,
Reseller said, we gotta
Cajun?
have the beast back on.
There you go.
We gotta have him back on. But that's good, Chris. I'm glad that you're doing good. I know that Christmas is coming up. I'm glad you're still
Mhm.
reselling. And I think that the more that we do this, of course, we're gonna get a little more careful of the things that we pick up. I mean, we've been doing this for a while, so it's like we're not picking up everything, and we already know we have that experience. You
Yeah,
know, picking up just the good stuff. You don't want to pick up junk. It's those learning experiences that we had when we first started off, of course. And guys, I know that on the chat here we have all resellers and experienced resellers. But if anybody has any questions, or if you're new into reselling and you have any questions, do ask us. I know Chris and we've been doing this part time for several years now. I would say
yeah,
Chris is very successful doing it, and he has a great YouTube channel. Make sure you follow him there, the Thrift Beast on YouTube and on Instagram. All of his link tree is actually down in the description below. So make sure you hit him up on all of his socials. And
thanks.
Chris, just for the people that may not know, and I know that you've been doing this for a while, but the people that are listening to this audibly on
Yeah.
the podcast forum this week in reselling, that may not know you, like how did you get into reselling? What made you get into reselling? And all that good stuff. Tell us the origin story of how Chris became the Thrift Beast CQ.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would say now it's been since what 2000 since 2018. I think was it 2018 or 2019 maybe just past 2019 that I started. And yeah, I started pretty much looking at ways I can make a side hustle. At the time, my daughter was really young, so I was doing a lot of side jobs like Uber Eats and uh, Skip the Dishes and like even Instacart as well. And I think one of the main things that drew me away from it really was like wanting to be able to spend time at home with my family, like and my kids. So one of the things I was just looking up is reselling actually, and I managed to find videos from guys like what's his name, Gary V, of course. But yeah, he
Yeah.
was one of the guys I first started looking at because he did the whole garage sale thing, seeing you can make a quick buck on certain like picking up stuff just from whatever, and then making a profit off of it. So that just helped me try to dive right into it more, try to learn more from other YouTubers as well. And frankly, it's funny because when I met Ray and Dustin, it was from a guy named Reyes, the entrepreneur, and like that was one of the guys
That's
that I
right.
started
That's right. I forgot about
figuring
that.
out the whole reselling thing from, and so he ended up creating a Facebook group for like guys like that were wanting to create content, and it just so happened that there was a whole bunch of resellers in there, and two of the guys there were me and Ray and Dustin. So that's how we first met over there. And then we from there we just started posting stuff on YouTube, and just I guess it was at a point where we were just trying to I guess for me at least, hold myself accountable to what I was posting, what I was selling. But yeah, I just now the hard part for me was like trying to find Canadians that were doing it because there weren't very many. There was probably maybe three or four that were doing it in Canada on YouTube at least. So that was pretty tough, and so I find certain guys there. There was guys like Chris, the Chris's Treasure Chest. That was one of the Canadian guys that I really started watching because I think with the cost of shipping and stuff in Canada, it's super expensive. So like it
Hmm.
made me want to try to find like really high end items. Well, not right away, but I mean, it helped me transition to wanting to find those types of things when I go to thrift stores. But yeah, that's how it really started, and then from there, I just started watching everyone and started learning different niches, whether it be clothing, electronics, video games, shoes, even like Pokemon cards and all those stuff. It's crazy what you can learn out there. Like, and just recently, I started learning more about Yu-Gi-Oh, and because that was a crazy find for me. Uh, for one of the things I found at a thrift store, and I just had to learn more about it because like if I ever find this stuff, it's crazy money.
I'm sorry, Chris, you kind of cut out. You were in the gulag there for a sec. What was it that you were talking about? Did you say Yu-Gi-Oh cards?
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
It just cut you kind of cut out for a sec there.
Yeah, so yeah, that was one of the main things that I found just recently, and so that was one thing that I tried searching for on YouTube, Yu-Gi-Oh stuff and different packs, the different types of like sets that they have. But yeah, I mean, it's been really fun though so far. Like even still, like even though I'm still doing eBay, I'm still doing a bit of Amazon as well. Uh, Not as much as eBay though right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice,
That's
nice,
the
nice.
that's the gist of it.
Well, the journey has been, isn't that crazy? Yeah, yeah, the journey, man. Let me ask you this question. What made you want to even create content for YouTube? Like, did the reselling come first, or did the YouTube come first and then the reselling? Like, what was or it was just kind of like both of them were coming at the same time. It's like, if I'm gonna do the reselling, might as well do the YouTube, because then I can document my journey, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it started more really at the same time. I'd say I started listing probably my first 5 items, and then I started really just posting my first video, and just went from there. Right after that, so it was really just I would say it'd be the same time, just to keep myself accountable.
Yeah, that's nice, of course. And for the people that may have a YouTube channel on here, Chris, we recently just got monetized, and we've been on YouTube for going on almost 2 to 3 years. I don't even remember when our first video was up. But
Yeah.
just could you talk about a little bit of that grind, that YouTube grind, to
Oh
get
my
to the
god.
point to where you're making that $1.10 a day or whatever,
Yeah.
people are making, a small time
Yeah. No.
YouTube.
First off, congrats, man, because that stuff is not easy to get to. Especially when the time that we started, I think there's a lot more reseller YouTubers out there now, that it's a lot more easier to network
Mm-hmm.
and get the views and the like the subscribers as well, just to get there a bit faster. I think the main thing that was tough was trying to be as consistent as possible. Uh, when
Yeah.
when I first started, I was trying to do at least 2 to 3 videos a week, and that was absolutely difficult for me because I was working a full-time job. But I mean, I made it work. I did a full-time job. I did reselling. I did YouTube videos, getting nothing out of it. But then, luckily, I've been able to like network with a lot of great guys and great other like YouTubers, and then being able to, I guess, contribute in any way I can with the community, whether it just be like commenting on specific questions. Uh, that I think that's one thing that can kind of get you noticed when you're saying the right things in the chat. And then also, if you're willing to just create compelling content too, uh,
Mm-hmm.
it, it's a process for you to understand what is really working and what's not. Because at the same time too, there are things that you like to do and enjoy showing on YouTube, but at the same time, it's not what people are looking for. And like, I'll be the first to say I enjoy doing the thrifting and getting all the uh, like these crazy items, but at the same time, a lot of my views are coming from shipping videos uh, from
Yeah.
Canada. It's funny that way, but I mean, it is what it is. Uh, you gotta be disciplined with what you're gonna put out there, and that's the key thing I think to growing your channel.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris, because those shipping videos, people come over because it's there's value in watching those videos. It's like,
Mm,
for a small channel, it's like they're coming over there because they need something out of it. But like, once you grow, it's like they know you more and they enjoy the thrift hauls and all that, which doesn't necessarily have that much value into it. But
yeah,
once you get bigger, they just enjoy seeing you and interacting with you and seeing, hey, what kind of crazy stuff did Chris find? But yeah, but it is a grind. So if anybody's on here or listening to it and they want to grow their YouTube, just like Chris was saying, get in a community. And I mean, so many people here in the chat that's helped us,
Yeah.
grow and put in those watch hours, because that's the hard part, is having those 4,000 watch hours. Now, that's a grind right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's say hi to some of the new people that just jumped on that that helped us for sure. We have Kent. He says,
oh man,
my thing just froze.
Kent, I haven't seen that
says,
guy.
what's up, guys? Yeah, right. I know, right? He says,
what's up,
he says, what's up? We have the flipping sports guy. He says, hello, good to see you.
What's up?
Then we have Thrifter Sifter Matt. He says, I like that name, Thrift Beast.
Thank you.
It's a banger of a name for sure.
It is.
Hey, if you guys want to go get some cool merch, go check out Chris's Linktree. He's got some really cool merch with that logo. And I can't remember what the old logo just had, the maple leaf on there, right?
Yeah, it did. It was just a maple leaf with the name Thrift Beast on it, but now it's like a claw with like a little bit of a maple leaf, but then it's got like a nice font, I'd say, to the Thrift Beast. It's really nice, but yeah, no, it's
sick. I like
one of the nice ones.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see right there on his Instagram page, that's what it looks like. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I need to get a coffee mug. I don't know why I keep not getting one. Like I forget about it, and I'm like, I see your stuff, and I'm like, oh man, I still need to get that coffee mug. But Chris, we know a little bit more about you, but let's get down to more of the nitty gritty about Chris. So
Gotcha.
This is a segment of the show that a lot of people like. It's called Overrated, Underrated. Of course, I'm going to ask you 10 different subjects, 5 having to do with reselling and 5 not having to do with reselling whatsoever. And you tell me if, in your opinion, they are overrated or underrated, and tell us why. Okay? Does that sound good?
Bring it. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Bring it, he says. But before we get into that, Chris, and I know that you have a lot of experience with this, is buying and reselling Funko Pops. So we want to go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsor of the podcast, poppingofftoys.com. Chris, if you ever want anything having to do with Funko Pops, you need to go to poppingofftoys.com, because they got it all, baby. They got the new Funko Pops. They got the vaulted Funko Pops. They have the new Funko sodas. I don't know if you know what that is, Chris, but this is the new wave right here. This is the new thing that people are collecting. They have chase variants, of course, of the figures.
I've heard of them, yeah.
And a soda inside. There's the vinyl figures. Yeah, dude, they're really cool. Like, they're just hit. So think of like when the Funko Pops just came out, how much those are worth now. This is what the Funko sodas is right now. So if you guys want to go to poppingofftoys.com and use the code Nashville Flippers, you're going to get 10% off everything that you buy at the website. And Chris, I know that you're a reseller just like me, like we've discussed, and most of the people here in the chat. One of the things that I hate about selling Funko Pops is shipping them out, because the collectors are really particular about how they come. They don't want the boxes dinged up or anything. So that's why Popping Off Toys guarantees that your Funko Pop is going to come mint to your door. Ain't that crazy?
Very nice. That's
a great service, guys. So yeah. So if you're into Funko Pops, go to poppingofftoys.com and use the code Nashville Flippers, and you'll receive 10% off. So, overrated, underrated, Chris, are you ready, my friend?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Overrated, underrated, Chris. Beaver tails, the food.
I'm gonna say extremely underrated, extremely, and I'm gonna explain why. Because there are very, very little locations to get yourself a beaver tail. And to the people that in the chat that are not familiar with beaver tails, beaver tail is the most amazing piece of beaver. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. It's not beaver. Don't be fooled by the name. It's a pastry.
I need to pull up a picture so everyone can see it.
It's a fried pastry, and they have decadent toppings on the top. I've never really seen any like savory ones, but there's a lot of dessert ones. So they'll put Nutella, they'll put some I don't know, like M&Ms or like cookie, like Oreo cookie on it with like an Oreo spread. It is absolutely money. I love the taste of it. It can be sweet, but it can be good like every once in a while. But the taste of the pastry just coming out of the fryer is absolutely amazing. It's completely to die for. Well worth the money because you don't go there often. So like there's one there is chocolate spread. I'm pretty sure it's Nutella with some Reese's Pieces on it. So good. And even there's one Nutella with banana on it. So good. I
Ooh,
love the taste of it. It goes so well with a lot of these things.
this is actually a real beaver tail. I don't know what
Oh
how that
geez.
got
Oh wow.
in. But so is this like a so this is like a fried pastry?
It is, yeah. It is. It's like a dough, and
Okay.
they fry
Is
it.
it kind of like a funnel cake? Is it like a funnel cake or like an elephant ear? Do you know what those are?
No, I've never heard of an elephant ear.
Okay.
Is it
Now
similar?
is it crispy like a cracker or is it like doughy like a donut?
Okay, so I would say it's thin. I don't know. Have you ever tried a bombolini? I know it's weird. It's
No, I don't know
That's
what that
basically
is.
a fry. It's like an Italian fried donut, but basically it's
Okay.
a thin fried donut. So it has a kind of a chew to it, but the outside is crispy, like the outsides of it.
Okay. Okay. Nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice. Okay. So I'm guessing in your opinion, it's underrated, right?
1,000% underrated.
One
They need
thousand
more
percent, he
locations.
says.
1,000.
Okay. All right. Kent says that I love the beaver and the tail. Okay. Swamp
Oh
Picker, what's
man.
up? He says beaver nuggets are good. Interesting. Might be a
I've seen people
Louisiana
do the
thing.
I've seen people do catch killing cooks of beaver, and they are surprisingly loving the taste of beaver. So it's I'm not surprised if they say it's
Ooh.
pretty good.
Okay. Okay. All right. So next one up, Chris. Finding profitable items at the thrift store. Now
I'm
you've had
going to
some really
say
not good luck recently.
I'd say the last two visits have been fairly mediocre, uh, but it's also taking into account the time that I'm going, as well as the location that I go to as well. Uh, I mean, I go there mid afternoon, so by the time I get there, I'm pretty sure the resellers have all picked it out. So I don't manage to find a lot of the good stuff that I normally do. But I mean, in terms of rating itself, I'm gonna say it's properly rated right now because it's
Okay.
not. I don't think it's underrated anymore. People know so much about it that like a lot of people go to thrift stores to do that reselling stuff now. And then also it's I don't think it's as overrated anymore. I think it might have been a little while ago, but it's still a decent place to still get yourself some items to resell.
Nice. So
Yeah.
properly rated. And we'll get into your Yu-Gi-Oh find and your Lego find here
Oh
in a
yeah.
little bit because I definitely want to hear about
Yeah.
those two finds because those are that Yu-Gi-Oh find and that Lego find crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like
That was
insane,
insane.
insane. And I knew about the Legos, like those Bionicle ones. Like I know
Yeah.
that some of those can be worth some big money, but we'll get into that here in a sec. But overrated, underrated. Toronto's very own Drake.
Ooh. Good question. Or I'm gonna say he's. You know what? I'm gonna say he's still underrated, and I'm gonna tell you why he's still underrated, Ray.
Underrated, he says. Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why he's still underrated. He
tell me.
Everyone gives him the the hate of being the like the light skinned R&B rapper that still doesn't think that he can still get by with whatever songs he does. But at the same time, he's been like putting out all these absolute bangers, and he just they're really good when you actually listen to the album. But I mean, that's just my taste, and that's what I enjoy listening to. Like it's a great listen. But again, he still doesn't get the respect I think he gets or he deserves. I mean, again, his last album, Certified Lover Boy, I thought it was a pretty decent album, and I frankly I think he needed I think it was a lot different than what he's been bringing out lately.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I give it a nice a scale of 1 to 10. I give it a nice 6. Not my favorite Drake album, but it's okay.
Oh yeah, no,
You
by
know?
all means, it's not my favorite either. But I mean, it's definitely decent. It's a nice listen still, for me at least.
Yeah, but he's come a long way, of course. So, all right, so let's move on. Overrated, underrated, Chris. Next one up, sourcing on Facebook Marketplace.
Oof. I'm gonna go. I mean, I guess it depends where you are, but from where I am in the good heart of Toronto, I'm gonna say overrated. And this is why a lot of the people selling on Facebook Marketplace, you can just tell right off the bat they're resellers. So a lot of the time, there's either very little chance for you to haggle with them, or the price that they're trying to sell it for is basically like eBay prices, which is ridiculous. So you're just going to keep finding all these listings until you find, probably for every 100 listings, you're going to find one or two, I'd say, that are actually legit listings that you can probably make a decent profit off of. And I'm not talking about like $10, $20 profits. I'm talking about like 50 and up probably.
Nice.
So yeah.
Now, what are some good indicators that that an item is listed, that it's listed by a reseller on Facebook Marketplace?
One of the things I'd say for like video games, for example, they'll put $0 on it to get your eye on it first of all, but then in the description they list each price individually or to message for prices.
I hate that. Yeah.
I hate it too. It's so annoying, but yeah, that's just
I don't know why they do
how
that.
it
That
is.
doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it sucks. We got I don't know if you saw this or not, but we got a bonus overrated underrated for you here, Chris, from the Knucklehead Hustler. He says overrated underrated Toronto Raptors.
Oh man, they are horrible this year. I mean, I want to love them and what they're trying to do. I just don't think they have the pieces right now. I think they're properly rated, I'd say. They're not overrated to the extent that they're going to do well this year, and they're not underrated that you have this feeling that they are going to like just squeak to the playoffs. I just think that they have decent players. I mean, they have this thing on their team, like with positionless playing right now, and to some extent it works, but I think they're getting destroyed when it comes to the front court. We have a big lack of centers, I'd say, which I think we need another star at least as well. Gary Trent I think is doing really well, but he's just not there to get to where we need to be. Like Van Fleet and Pascal Siakam, I think, are complementary players. I don't think they're stars just yet.
Nice. Well, there you go, Knucklehead.
Yeah.
He said he's got a
There you go.
soft spot in his heart because he used to be his team in NBA Hang Time. That game was a
I
banger.
love that game. That was one
That
of the
game is
best games.
underrated for sure. Yeah.
1000%.
Yeah.
I love that game.
Big head mode. Oh man, that game is underrated for sure. So
Yeah.
let's move on, Chris. Overrated, underrated. Number 5, the Penguin, the Batman villain.
Hmm. Like, okay, is this the cartoon penguin or the real life TV show or a movie penguin?
You tell me, man.
I'm gonna go with Overrated. Actually, I think he
Overrated.
has.
The
Uh, sorry, I think
Oswald Cobblepot.
yeah, I just think that he's definitely lacking in his ability to get the job done, which makes
Okay.
me believe that he's very overrated. Regardless of which actor is playing the Penguin, I just think that he needs to step up his game.
Oh,
Sorry, guys, I
like the
know
show.
in his ability to destroy the Batman.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know that supposedly the new Batman movie is going to have the Penguin in it. So
Ooh,
I'm
okay.
excited to see what that come about. So man, Danny DeVito did a great job with the Penguin when and Batman Returns. I'll tell you that because that is
Yeah, I did like him there. Yeah.
what one ugly looking character, one ugly looking dude for sure. So next one up, Chris, overrated, underrated, reselling Legos or Lego. I got to make sure I
Ooh.
say that right because all the Lego people will come at me.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it's. I think it's properly rated right now. I think
Okay.
there's a good amount of people right now that think that, uh, like, they have a good idea what Lego can resell for, especially the retired sets. But I also think
Hmm.
that it's at a point right now where it's not that oversaturated. Uh, I didn't, at least I don't think they are with certain sets. So that's why, and I think that there are a lot of people that are just starting to learn more about it more now too. So yeah, I mean that's what I think about Lego so far,
Okay.
at least.
Nice. And again, we'll talk about your little Lego haul here in a sec. So I'm excited to hear about that. So this one's up your alley, Chris. Overrated, underrated, fishing.
Oh, I'll tell you what, fishing is extremely underrated. Like the amount of relaxation I get from fishing, regardless of me catching a fish or not, is the most gratifying thing I could ever do when it comes to just finding time for yourself and getting like doing something that you enjoy doing the most. And then obviously when you catch a fish, it's a bonus. But again, I just
Mm-hmm.
find it absolutely relaxing. Uh, doesn't matter what fish I catch. It can be the smallest sunfish. It could be the largest bass. I'm happy with whatever I catch.
That's awesome, dude. I never got into fishing. My dad
Yeah,
didn't fish. I didn't know
yeah.
anybody that fished. So the times I was out there, I was like, man, I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. This is crazy. I'd rather be at home playing NBA Hang Time. You know?
Yeah. No, my dad was a big fishing guy. He did it
Okay.
like when we were like when they just moved to Canada, almost like every weekend in the summer they went fishing. That's how crazy it was. So I mean, I would say like probably when I hit the I don't know 12, 13-year old mark is when I really started wanting to do like really for myself and just learn more about fishing and wanting to understand like the lures and the rods and it's just such a fun thing to
Mm-hmm.
understand and learn about.
You gotta get him. You gotta get into. You have to teach me, man, because I don't know anything about it. It's.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things that you have to go with someone to do it for sure. So next one up, Chris, overrated, underrated, blue IKEA bags, my friend.
Ooh, I'm gonna say they're underrated right now. Actually, I honestly think it's the most versatile bag you can bring, and I just think that yeah,
Incredible.
resellers know about it, but I don't think there needs to be more of a broader audience that know the capability of what an actual IKEA bag can hold, because it can hold some crazy weight. I've held a
I
printer
don't
in
understand
there.
what it's made out of. Like a
I have no idea. There's like strands of
like is it
adamantium,
just like
has to be.
plastic tarp or
I have no idea. It's insane, but like it can hold quite a
That's a
bit. And like
great.
whether you're using it for like reselling or like just like holding clothes for laundry, or I don't know, like food, like holding a
Yeah.
whole bunch of like trays that you want to bring to a party. That thing can hold so much.
Ah, there you go. Yeah. Okay. That's great. We got two bonus questions right here too, Chris. So
Bring
let's
it.
go ahead and answer those. Overrated, underrated. MetaZoo. I don't know if you know what this is.
Oh,
The new
I have,
TCG that
yeah,
everyone's been talking about. I don't
I
know much
have,
about it. I don't know if you know much about it. So
yeah.
if you do, please educate us.
Okay, so I mean, I'm not really, I haven't purchased any MetaZoo, but I'm fully aware of what it is. I know that it's definitely in its infancy state right now. So I would say it's super underrated right now. The market is just starting to hit with MetaZoo. So like when you see these boxes or booster packs go on sale, they sell out fairly quickly, and they resell for a decent amount too. So, but the thing is that it's not as what's the word? It's because it's so new. There's not very much out there still, so the demand there for it is really high right now. And then also they have a lot of backing too, like the with Steve Aoki and stuff. So that I think they have a good like solid foundation of building something really great, like potentially of what Magic could was is right now. But yeah, it's getting there. I think they're in the right directions. So it's still underrated for me though.
Okay. Nice. I need to do some more research on that for sure. So we have another bonus overrated underrated here, Chris. If I can pop it up. Here we go. Reselling electronics, overrated or underrated?
I love it. I'm gonna go with overrated though. I think a lot of people are steering to electronics in general. So usually when you go to a thrift store, a lot of the places that at least that I see, it's already been looked at and pretty much gone through. So I'd say electronics is slightly overrated right now with the market and the saturation of electronics. But don't get me wrong, like it, even though I think it's overrated, it's still one of the best buy rates that you can have to sell on your eBay account. I love selling electronics, so anytime I can sell electronics, I will do that 1000% over clothing, just because it's not really my thing.
Yeah, same here. I'm not a big fan of selling clothing unless it's like some vintage sportswear, that I'm familiar with. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like selling Patagonia to me really doesn't get I don't know, gets me excited.
Yeah, I mean, it did in the beginning because I mean, I was learning about it, right? And then, so I mean,
Uh
yeah, it
huh.
was okay in the very beginning, but then I noticed with the margins that I was making and the prices that they were selling them for in thrift stores, it just wasn't worth it for me to sell constant clothing all the time, and making $5-10 per shirt. With electronics, I was making like good $50 to $60 profits and up, some maybe 100 even. So that's why I really enjoy selling, and also testing too. I enjoy testing the electronics.
Oh, okay. That's new to me. I hate testing electronics. Like all that. I think it's a big hassle. Ken says no
No
money in
money.
clothes, zero, none. I know there is some
I'm
money
sure.
in clothes.
I'm sure a lot of the stuff he does is clothes. He can get that
Oh,
market.
okay.
It's just not
There you
for me.
go.
It's all. It's not for me.
Okay, gotcha. There you go. There you go. So overrated, underrated. Chris, Taco Bell.
Ooh, Taco Bell. You know what? I'm gonna go with properly rated. I think they have a mean chalupa. They have decent prices. I love their quesadilla. I think they have some great selection for the price that they like. You can buy one for. Um, so that I think what you're paying for is what you're going to expect out of their type of like I guess kind of Mexican food. I guess.
Okay. Now, what is Chris's go-to meal at Taco Bell?
So it's definitely the uh, like beef chalupa with. I know they have it with cheese, like the fry supreme, and then I will get a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. That is one drink I enjoy.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Nice, nice. So let's see here. Knucklehead Hustler says, I'm the opposite. Clothing and cards are my jam. We have the homie Land Shark Picker.
What's up, sir?
He's in the house. He says, Chris, what's up? Good to see you, Land Shark, the homie. So last one, Chris. Overrated, underrated, my friend. Selling sports cards.
Okay, so this
He's
could have
thinking about this
been
one, guys.
yeah, no, because this has been tough as of late, at least. I would say it's been before April. I would say it was. Uh, I'd say it's properly rated. But since then, I think it's been a bit more overrated now, just because of how the market is. It's definitely declined significantly from when where it was before. I mean, you can at one point you could have gotten a like a Luka Doncic uh, rookie card, a base one for over $1,200, but now it's probably worth about I don't know $400 or $500 right now. PSA 10, and I think it didn't help too with the way like PSA shut down their grading. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people's cards were held in PSA in their trenches because they were so backlogged, and that definitely didn't help people trying to get their returns too. So I mean, people are still waiting probably for a year now for their cards. I'm still waiting since February for my return. I have like a bunch of Zions and a bunch of Luka
Oh, wow.
rookies in there, and so I'm waiting to get that back. I'm probably going to get it in February, I'm assuming. But yeah, it's been I think it's been over a bit overrated now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still collect. I'm an avid collector, so it's
Mm-hmm.
I don't let it phase me with what I'm trying to do. But reselling is a bit tough right now, especially too with boxes or packs right now. They don't go for as much as you think they would be anymore. Maybe when they just get released, it might go for at least maybe 3x your money. But then when the other sets start coming out, you may be able to be lucky to get double your money.
Okay. Nice. I know that I started picking up sports cards in the height just so I can trade for Pokemon cards. That was me. Because of
Nice.
the sports cards people, they knew that if they saw Pokemon cards, they would pick them up so they can trade for sports. So it's like,
Yeah.
whatever we can get our hands on, there was a way to trade for sure. Uh, Knucklehead Hustler says, I gave my mom a heart attack showing her the top prices of PSA sports cards.
Wow.
I'm interested to see which ones you showed her because, and Michael Jordan rookie and all that stuff. I'm sure that brings crazy
Probably.
money. Wait to show her a black label Beckett 10. Those are the
Oh,
minty ones.
yeah, that's the one you want to get if you can't get a PSA 10, the black
There
label.
you go,
Yeah.
black label baby. But that ends our overrated, underrated segment of the show. Chris, thank you so much for answering those questions.
Yeah, I enjoyed
Again,
that.
guys, yeah, man, it's nice. It's a nice little, get to know you a little more. Get to see what your menu item at Taco Bell is. We know what to purchase for you, for dinner kind of stuff. So again, guys, if you're
Absolutely.
listening to the podcast, make sure you hit the subscribe button, leave a 5-star review, and put down a rating for sure. And if you want to see the podcast, come over to the YouTube channel, the Nashville Flippers, and make sure you subscribe. And now you can actually see us on Spotify. So if you bring up the This Week in Reselling, you get to see our pretty faces on Spotify. So if you like that, check that out for sure. So, and one thing, guys, make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, the Nashville Flippers on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And make sure you follow Chris on all of his socials. His link tree is down in the description below. And Christmas is coming up, guys. And one of the really cool things that you may want to pick up your significant other is some Nashville Flippers merch. So we just brought out some new merch. We have the new collegiate flip logo and t-shirt, and the new Risk It for the Biscuit t-shirt. Because when you're at the thrift store and you don't know what you need to pick up, sometimes you just got to risk it for the biscuit. You feel me? And we talked about fishing.
Those are nice designs.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. So we talked about fishing. So we have a new the Nashville Flippers inspired Bass Pro Shop mug here.
Oh, that's awesome.
If you want to, with the catfish, and we actually got these made. So, Chris, I would love to send one of these to you. Look at here.
Oh my God, that is nuts.
That is Nashville Flipper, Nashville Flippers Bass Pro Shop trucker hats. So those are coming soon. And actually, I only got a short run, so I'm thinking about just giving them out to one of my good friends. So if I'll get your address, Chris, and I'll send you one of these to you.
Yeah, I know. Ditto to you too, man. I got to send you some stuff too. That's an awesome design, though. I love it.
Yeah, I figured, Tennessee, we're known for catfish, so we thought, hey, let's put a catfish on this thing. So I thought it was cool. So I just turned on my FaceTime on accident, so we'll turn that off. Quit FaceTime. There we go. All right. So Chris, I know that we teased this a little bit. So tell us about your Yu-Gi-Oh haul, and tell us about your Lego haul, because guys, and if you haven't seen his videos, go to his YouTube channel. Please check out that Yu-Gi-Oh haul. It was crazy. And then the Lego haul that you had, I don't know which one was bigger of a haul, Chris. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll be glad to give you the numbers too of what they sold for. So
yeah.
So like the first one I found was the Yu-Gi-Oh set. So I was at a random thrift store just after dropping off my packages. So I decided to hop in. Maybe I could find something. And lo and behold, I found a bag, like in the baggy section of. Funny enough, it's like office equipment, office supplies, and I found like 4 packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the pack, like in the bag, and they were brand new sealed. And like, I mean, I didn't really think anything of it really. I thought, okay, they're just gonna be regular packs, but knowing their packs, I can probably get them selling for maybe $20 a piece, even like at the very lowest. So I said, okay, I'll just take them because they're $3.99, like $3.99 for 4 packs. I still think it's still a great deal for that number of packs. So and then after that, that's when I really started looking at the sold comps of them. So when I looked at it, and at first I thought I had first edition ones. So I'll tell you what what they were really. It was a Yu-Gi-Oh blister pack. It was it's the TCG Metal Raiders Unlimited. It was the 2002 blister pack. So this was the first edition Unlimited blister pack. So it wasn't the actual first edition, but it was the actual like first edition of the second print, really. So I mean, when I posted it, I got some mixed reactions. People thought or commenting on me saying, "Hey, you don't have that great of a pack right now." Like, because I was saying that, I saw packs going for like $300, $200, and I mean, they were insisting that it was not the right packs, and lo and behold, I think the one that person was looking at was literally looking at an older, or not an older one, but just they saw the ones with the English edition at the very top right from what you're showing there, Ray. Mine didn't have any of those, and it also had the old Konami symbol
Uh-huh.
on it. So that's why I knew I had something fairly interesting there. Because instead of that Konami, the word
Interesting.
Konami itself, it was the original logo, which is the square one with the the orange and red, kind of like wave flags on them with the word Konami. That's what will let you know it's an older pack. And then there was
Gotcha.
nothing on the right side. So I learned more about this stuff. I tried looking up to figure out what they were selling for. So my goodness. Okay, so I sold all four of them probably within a span of I'd say 4 weeks. So I probably sold a pack a week probably. The last one I sold was to a guy in England. So keep in mind, guys, I spent $3.99 on the 4 packs. This one sold for
On the 4 packs.
$190. Yes. So the first one sold for $190. The second one sold for $140. The next one sold for $175. And the last one sold for $185. So
That's
it's
crazy.
quite the return, I'd say. Quite the return.
Yes. That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
And then you got them for $3.99, like all of them for $3.99.
Yeah. And uh, luckily, I mean, I posted it correctly. I made sure I put the right title because they absolutely destroy you if you do not title it correctly. I got messages
Mm,
just because I forgot the word unlimited, but I never mentioned it was first edition or anything. But they assumed
yeah,
that I was trying to scam people, thinking that it was first
gotcha.
edition, and I kept mentioning, no, it's not. And I never mentioned it. If I showed that it's first edition, let me know and I'll gladly remove it. So as soon as I put the unlimited thing, no one messaged me after that, and I got all positive feedback for each one, so they knew what they were getting, and it was in great condition. I made sure I protected the heck out of them.
That's awesome, dude. Who would have thought, right? Who
Yeah,
would have thought? Imagine what those oop, imagine what those packs have been through. Like, where were they? Like, how did they get to Goodwill? Like, how did they remain in the blister? That's what was
yeah.
crazy to me.
And this is 2002, guys. It's not even like 5 years ago. This is way longer than that.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I mean, that's still a long time ago, but I mean, it's wild. It's wild for
Yeah,
sure. But Chris, tell us about your other big haul on those Lego Bionicle toys that you found, because
yeah.
that
This
was
was
another crazy.
I never thought I would find like good things like within like 2 weeks in a row. So this is literally was the next week. I went to the same location just to see what I had and what they had. Sorry, and I just think it's funny because in the video I mentioned that what like I dreamt about something that I could find. And I could have sworn like I dreamt about finding Legos at a thrift store. I know it's weird, but I dreamt about it. And so that day the next day I went to a thrift store and I found all these Legos. It's insane. So I found these discontinued retired sets. These go back all the way from 2001. So I found five different Lego Bionicle characters. They were all brand new, sealed in their box, like in their containers. And to be honest, they sold probably within all five of them within a week and a half. It was insane. I paid about $5.99 for each container, $5.99. And it's funny because I sold two of them to separate people, and then I sold three of them to the same person. So I'll
Wow.
just give you a rundown of what those sold for here. So, uh, I mean, again, these are you guys can look it up yourself. Lego Technic Bionicle, uh, and then if you just search the characters, brand new sealed, they just go for stupid money. It's insane. So this one, the first one was for $127.99. The next one sold for $239.99. That was probably my most expensive one.
Oh,
And then I sold 3 of them all together to the same person for $329.99.
incredible.
So
The thing
like,
was, they were all sealed, right?
yeah, they were all brand new sealed. Like, you don't find this stuff ever. Like, this is once in a lifetime find for me. And yeah, I made sure I sat on them
Was it
and made them.
was both? What's that?
Sorry, go ahead.
Was it in the same thrift store that you found the Yu-Gi-Oh cards and the Bionicle figures?
It was, yeah, it was. I looked in the toy section of this same location, and lo and behold, they were in the very bottom shelf. So no one looked at the bottom shelf, and luckily for me, I was able to find them there.
That's crazy, man. I know that there's a mask that's worth a ton of money from Lego Bionicles, and I think it might be one of these gold masks. That's what, can't remember which one, but just the mask alone is worth like a ton of money. But those are
Really?
bolos for sure, guys. If you can find the Lego Bionicles, they are not cheap and they are super expensive. I'm doing I'm sure you can see that I'm doing the search. But like, look at this red one is $74 or best offer
For a mask? That's insane.
for the mask. Not necessarily like the whole figure, but just the mask. So
Yeah.
some of them are worth some pretty good money. So if you guys see even parts of those Bionicle figures, I think these are like 3D printed or something like that,
Yeah, they look like it. That's pretty cool.
So yeah, I wish I can, well, I guess I can do this, right? Highest to lowest. Here we go. This one.
Oh my goodness.
$810. And that was bids, 59 bids. Sold on November the 20th for $810 for a little piece of plastic. The Lego Bionicle Makuta Pearl Gold Mask from the set 8758. It's a misprint. Interesting.
Oh,
So I
that's
guess
why.
that's why it's really, yeah. So guys, if you see these little masks, let's say in a bin of a garage sale or your local thrift store, don't pass up on them because here's another one, same one, $724. Here's a lot of mask for $479 that sold. I mean, these suckers are not cheap. So I know when you posted that video, I'm like, "Ooh, I know what those are."
Yeah.
So definitely a great find, Chris. Let's say hi to some people in the chat for sure. Quimby says, hello. Hi, friends. Happy Sunday. Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. Love, Quimby. Good to see you, Quimby. The Knucklehead Hustler, he says, Chris, want to dream me up some sweet Pokemon finds? Hey, I heard
Hey, I
that too,
wish.
bro,
I wish.
for
I hear
sure.
you. I hear you.
But Chris, we're getting down to the nitty gritty, of course. Thank you so much for coming on. Of course, we're at an hour, so I don't want to keep you more than that. But last thing that I have for you, Chris, give us some tips for someone that might want to get into reselling, so a new reseller, if you will, and give us some tips for a reseller that has been doing this for a while. Maybe like us, and maybe he's been struggling, or needs some help, or just kind of some tips for an experienced professional reseller that's been doing it for a while, and they're maybe they're losing some steam, and life is getting to them, and just give us some tips, Chris.
All right. So there's definitely ones you've heard out there, like start off with things that you want, like you have at home, so that you could start practicing off of them. But uh, one thing I probably want to keep saying is, like, obviously reselling isn't easy, but I enjoy selling just certain items. I get so super pumped when I find them. So like if you have a certain niche that you think that you like that you enjoy and just really love, I'd say like don't hesitate with looking for that stuff. Like keep going with that if you know that that's something that you're really pumped for. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I still enjoy finding other stuff that I can resell too. But then, I mean, not like not to be boring or anything, but I'd say also invest in proper equipment too. Uh, when you're starting off, you can probably get a decent like scale or something. I think that's one of the biggest things that I would say investing in is invest in a really good scale. When you're starting off, it's not easy to get the exact weight with just like a regular, I don't know, weight scale. So I would say get yourself a really good scale in the beginning. Equipment like boxes or like tape and stuff, you can get that anywhere. You can go to a
Mhm.
dump or like a I don't know, like your Amazon boxes that you buy stuff off from Amazon. You can keep those. Uh, I mean, I mean, I have a label printer as well, and I'd say yes, it is definitely worth it in the long run. Maybe in the beginning when you're starting off, if you're only doing like one or two items in sales, like very rarely, I don't think it's something that you want to invest in right away. I think when you get to that point, then yeah, by all means, because it's definitely a ink saver. You do not have to worry about buying ink anymore. But yeah, uh, like Kent said, buy a Rolo. That's definitely a good brand to get. I have a Zebra specifically. Those are I enjoy having my Zebra. I haven't had any issues with it. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's don't just don't try to like force yourself to do it as well. Just understand it's all a process. You'll start to develop your what's the word your processes essentially. You start to develop
Mhm.
your own systems to help you with whether it be listing, packing, and then shipping, and you'll get very comfortable with that eventually. And yeah, I mean it's yeah. I guess I don't know because I mean you've heard pretty much all of them. Like I don't want to keep being uh, repetitive with all the ones because I mean I'm sure everyone's heard it as well. You don't start off too big as well. I mean, start off with the things that you can handle in the beginning.
There you go. There you go for sure. Great tips, Chris. And I want to give you guys a tip as well. I know we were talking about thermal printers, and this company actually sponsored one of our TikTok videos recently. The company's called IDPRT. They also do sell thermal printers. Right now, they're doing a promotion. If you go to their Amazon, they have two different thermal printers. This one here, if you click on the coupon, you'll save an instant $40 off.
Nice,
And if you use this code here, ZD3CDL52, you'll get an extra 10% off. And
nice.
they have a smaller version, which the labels don't go, they don't have a spot for the labels like the Rolo. This
Yeah,
one is $139, but you instantly save $30 off when you click on the coupon here on Amazon. And I do have a code for that as well, guys. If you use the code ID IDPRTSP410, you'll get an extra 10% off. So if you're on the fence of buying some sort of thermal printer and you want to save some money, go with these. They do the same thing. I personally have a Rolo myself, but these do the same thing,
Mhm.
guys.
Yeah. I love that
If
first
you're
one
on the
because I
fence
mean
on that, now's the time
I
to buy
love
it.
the enclosed. I like that it's enclosed. I prefer that
Mhm.
having the actual roll itself enclosed, so
Yeah,
you don't have to worry about having a spot to have your label somewhere.
exactly. They did send me these printers, and I gave them away, so I don't have any of them like here physically to show you
Uh,
guys. So yeah, luckily enough, I already had one, but I'm sure they're a great company. They've sent me labels and stuff like that. So if I ever get another one, I'll definitely give it away here on YouTube because I haven't given it away here on YouTube. So maybe we're close to 2,000 subscribers. Maybe on the 2,000 subscriber, we'll give one away. So stay tuned for that for sure. But yeah,
Right
go
on.
to those links, and they're linked down in the my link tree down below. So if you guys want to purchase one, go ahead. I don't get any kickback from it. It's just for you guys. I thought it was a pretty good deal, and I want to make sure to plug that for you guys because I thought it was a good deal for everyone. So yeah, Chris, thank you so much for coming on, brother. It was a joyful experience, like always.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me on, Ray. Too bad Dustin couldn't be on, but I mean, it was great seeing you, man.
Yeah,
I
man.
had a pleasure. I hope you guys keep doing what you're doing over there, man. I gotta learn that. Like, you guys have been so hard on TikTok. I really want to start getting on that. That's pretty cool. So,
Dude, you would
like,
be perfect at it. You would be perfect. It really happened by accident, like it's one of those things to where, the pandemic happened, you download TikTok because it's like everyone's telling you to download TikTok, and then you finally
yeah,
start making content, and then people are like, man, people actually like these videos, and then like I became monetized rather quickly on that platform. So I'm like,
yeah,
sure, let's do it. And then brands started reaching out. So it's like, let's keep this rolling. So I would definitely advise that you get on there sooner than later for sure.
yeah, yeah.
So
No, for sure. You
you'll
got to show
grow.
me some things.
Yeah, man. And the cool thing is too that everyone's going to that short video platforms, so it's like I repurpose my TikTok for everything. I even started a Pinterest to repurpose my TikTok videos.
Ooh,
Yeah, so it's like I put the same TikTok video on shorts and reels and Pinterest, and now Facebook is doing something similar. I'm not a big Facebook guy myself, so I'm like, whatever. So but yeah, Chris, thank you so much for coming on, brother. It's been a pleasure like always. I hope that you continue to do what you're doing. Guys, make sure you follow him on all of his socials. His link tree is down in the description below. So anything else for the people, Chris?
no, I'd say seriously, I really appreciate you guys joining the chat. Everyone that's been in here for the whole interview, and yeah, seriously, it's been a awesome experience, and we got to do it another time. And I got to get you on my channel too, right?
Let's do it. Part two, baby. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
there you
All right,
go.
guys. So my name is Ray.
And this is Chris, Thrift
There
Beast.
you go. I always forget to tell people that we're going to do that, how we end it. My apologies, Chris. But we'll catch you guys on the flip side. See y'all. Peace.
Later, guys.